Wow. Okay. Hello, lullers. We are rocking an Ashe mid gameplay in today's video. This one is a little bit special because I wanted to make a video and talk about off-meta picks in the mid lane. I have a lot of people sometimes ask me, can I play this champ in this role? Can I play this champ top? Can I play this champ mid? And I'm here to say yes, you can. You can play whatever the hell you want in whatever lane you want, as long as you understand it might not be optimal and you're gonna have to still play with a winning mindset and you're not going into a game to troll. Just play what you want, have fun with it, right? So Ashe mid, we know that we're gonna be up against a set. That's a pretty good matchup for us because we can kite him pretty effectively at range and just decide not to actually ever fight him and just farm creeps, which is good to do as an ADC. Wherever you're playing the ADC role, you want to get creep farm and stay alive and stay on map. So that's going to be the lane goal here. We're not going to engage with this guy too much outside of just some W pokes and some auto pokes if we get that going. And we're just going to try and focus on the last hits and not dying to ganks. As an ADC mid, you really only screw yourself up if you die to ganks, or if there's like a crazy assassin who just keeps all in you because your positioning is poor. But in that case, we don't have to worry about this. So we really don't have to worry about Jarvan. So that's why we're that top side blue. I want to keep an eye on when he goes to top side, and then I can make sure that I play pretty safe. Here, I'm keeping the lane kind of in a mid position just because off the start when you poke as an ADC on the enemy chap, sometimes you kind of mess up the push into you, which is fine, but we're not pushing fast, right? We're building up a minion lead. We got to level 2. We're throwing out our W. We're throwing some autos, keeping them honest, and I'm hugging the top side of the map here because that's where my ward is. But yeah, like we're going to build into Kraken Slayer into this game first and just make sure we grab that and then have some fun, like not one-shotting, but just wrecking people and burning them down really, really hard. Even our autos right now, you can see how much they hurt Set. Like it's taking like 5% of his health bar, and he's really nothing he can do to trade back into us. Here, Jarvan's coming. We got a flashy from Set. I had to dodge that Jarvan engage with my own flash to make sure I don't die. Really unfortunate this guy comes for an early gank on us, but we do what we can. We got to push this wave in pretty fast now because, like, we know Jarvan's in the area. Look at this guy. He comes straight back. Like, he's got the hots for us right now. Pretty annoying that we have to deal with this. I can't believe he actually follows us here. He's following us into the jungle. I'm running top side because that's the only way he could have ran, but I'm not going back to my turret because I know Gwen and Arcane is up here. So I'm just trying to kite back. I'm trying to walk away. Now I'm going to start laying into him with some autos and slowing him. You can see now he realizes, oh crap, this was a bad decision to actually follow Ashe into the jungle here. My autos slowed down and escape and also put some damage in. Fiora tried to come and help him out as well, but you know, a late movement from her simply because Jarvan decided to, you know, engage on our jungle side here. And I slow down her with a W and also with an auto. I don't think Set's going to be able to catch her here. We can just slow him down with autos enough. Kind of pinging that I'm done with that situation. So really good start. You know, we're not even 5 minutes into this game. We already picked up a kill and an assist, so that's just going to make us get to our items even faster. And we're going to come back now. You can see that W, like disengage, kite, whatever you want to call it. It's just so effective. Now we'll just lay into him with some more autos because, you know, Kane's here, so I wanted to try and slow him down and keep him in the mid lane there for Kane to get onto him, but Kane waited just a little bit too long. It's a good thing he did because Jarvan's back at us in mid lane here. So we're just going to keep this wave frozen against our side of the map for a good portion here. We're at, you know, 1,000 gold, so I would like to get it back off here if possible, but this is too juicy of a wave to leave. And we're really in no threat of dying. Set has no flash. He's going to TP back in on this so he doesn't just get frozen out of this lane. So we back up, give him tons of room to come into the lane, throw out a W there. We'll throw a few autos onto him as well just to poke him out. But man, that buff W that Riot gave to Set recently is really, really helping him out in lane phase against all types of matchups. You can see, you know, other than the gank that we got from Jarvan, most of the damage we've taken has just been from Set W's. So it's kind of unfortunate how much it's dealing, but again, we're not really in kill range. Here, I do want to get a back off now. We're below half health and, you know, very little mana, so I would just love to fast shove this into his wave and be done with this, you know, opening lane phase and get a good recall off and buy here. So there's a cannon wave coming in. I think this is a good chance to go back and buy without missing too much. We are running flash and heal as our sums, so if we had teleport here, it wouldn't be so much of an issue, but we want to try and make sure we time our backs in good windows so we don't miss too much. Alright, we got the Noon Quiver, which is a really good buy for Ashe, building into that Kraken Slayer, like we said, for the true damage. It just happens, so that set is our lane matchup that's going to be even more powerful against him. Really, just against anybody, when you play Ashe, you're going to rush the Kraken Slayer. It's too good of an item to pass up on right now, in my opinion. You could go Shield Bow for like some survivability from burst, but you know, like, you shouldn't be getting bursted as Ashe. You should be playing so far back and so safe that you never really get bursted. You can see here, even just from a W and like 2-3 autos, we took him down by 25-30% health. We're going to follow him up and make him pay for burning his flash earlier with a few more autos and Ws, and just like take this guy down to below half health. Our power level is already rising. We're becoming super annoying already in the mid game, and we're just having to make sure we don't die to Jarvan. That's really our only condition right now. That plus like last hitting, obviously, and getting gold. But you can see those Ws, we're just weaving them through the minions when we get a chance, and then when the lane is in a state like this, we're shoving it out by non-stop autoing and Wing the creeps so that we don't have to play in the middle of the lane. I either want to play closer to my turret side with a frozen wave, or I want to push those waves in, put down some vision, see where people are, and make sure that we don't get ganked. Stuff's going down on the bot side of the map, so we're rotating down because we did just shove mid in. Here we're going to try and throw out an ult onto that Lucian, partly to disengage him from this fight and like just clean up the Leona, because I'm pretty sure we had that, so I picked that up. And then Arcane does a good job of following up on the stunned Lucian there, so I think that was a pretty good ult. I don't think we needed to use it on Leona. She was already dead, so I wanted to just take Lucian out of that fight and also stun him so that if we did follow up, maybe we get a kill. And it worked out, and that means that we're sitting at 2-0-2 right now as Ashe at around the 730 mark, so really, really good. So Dragon's up. We just wiped out bot side, so those guys are going to start Dragon right now. I don't think I need to go and help, because even if set goes, it's going to be a 3 versus 2 at most if Jarvan shows up. So I'm going to trust that my team can do that and just play optimally here without missing too much CS or experience by missing waves. I push mid there, so I do roam down just for a second to see if anything does develop. I'm kind of a little bit closer, that one step closer to help out. And then here again we have 2 waves building up on our side, and I just want to fast push this in if I can. This is a really bad state of the lane to play in as Ashe. If you find yourself playing in this area of the lane as an ADC mid, probably no good unless you're like Tristana and you're pushing for plates non-stop and you have your ult and your W to be able to get away pretty easily. But generally, push the wave out and get the heck out of there if you're stuck in that spot. So we got the pickaxe here, a little bit more damage. It's going to make our autos hurt that much more and our Ws hurt that much more. I'm waiting for a pair of boots just to help me with any kiting or ganks that do come my way. And then heading back to pick up this farm. It's a cannon wave again, so we shouldn't miss too much hopefully, but Kane's going to pick this up anyway, so as long as someone's getting the gold, honestly, I got 2 assists and 2 kills early, and that's a good amount of gold from that to help us out as well. So before you kind of, obviously you should be scanning your mini-map every now and then, but before you come in and decide to push a wave or freeze it, just take a look, see where everyone is. I see set in the bot lane right now, so I'm just going to shove this wave as fast as I can. In this case, instead of roaming bot, because I feel like the fight's already done, our ADC's already died, they're already at turret, there's not much for me to do even if I get there, I'm just going to take plates. And the plate gold, 2 plates is about worth 1 kill, so if I can get 2 plates here without even dying or risking leaving and missing XP or minion gold, it's going to be a really big win for us here in the mid lane. So don't feel pressured to roam every time. Remember, your job is to get gold income, whatever that means. If it's through turret plates, if it's through kills, if it's through CSing minions, get gold income. Here, the gold income was more guaranteed to stay and get 2 plates and take out all that minion CS. So that was really, really good for us in terms of our gold income and getting to our items. Once we get our items, we can look to team fight a little bit more and loosen that type of a strategy up. But man, we made set pay big time for walking the safe way through this lane. And I don't think the set is a slouch, so he's having a tough time with us. This is just a norm game, but I think the average skill in this is somewhere between like gold to diamond. I think, yeah, something like that. So I mean, we're performing pretty well considering we got ganked early, and and Jarvan was looking for us. He did manage to get the Rift there, unfortunately. I did throw an E to check to see, because I had a feeling someone was doing Rift, and I also just wanted to see where the jungler was. I throw my E a few times this game just to track the jungler, okay? Like, as an ADC mid, you have to kind of do your best job knowing where the jungler is, because that's really your death sentence, the jungler, if he decides to camp or gank. That's really what's going to slow you down. So tracking him is really, really important, and I try and use my E throughout this game to track the Jarvan the best that I can. So set recalled. I'm pretty sure I can shove this wave in fast enough before he even gets back to the lane, so we're just going to do that. And then we do have 1,000 gold, so I might look for a recall here, but I see some stuff developing bot lane. I shoved wave. I feel like our bot's strong, I'm strong, so I'm actually going to roam down here and see if I can prevent anything crazy from happening. Pyke's got himself in a situation, but, you know, Pyke can escape anything with his E and W pretty much, so just kind of walk down there just as a precaution. Varus seems like he might get caught here, so I'm just kind of helping, walking him back in. They walk right into set, unfortunately, but thank goodness he decides to ult the Pyke, who can just E away. If he ulted the Varus, that would have been really, really bad news, and Varus would have paid the price for his poor pathing there, but he got lucky that set decided to engage on the Pyke instead. So here again, we're just laying into set with autos. Like, he cannot catch us if we just kite properly. So in between each auto, I'm just getting ready to click behind me if I need to. Here, I throw out that ult just thinking I could get the KS off of Kane, because I really wanted to try and snowball this game. But either way, we did a great job just slowing him down with autos. Once you kind of clip somebody with a W or your auto, if they don't have a really serious gap closer, they're pretty much dead in the water. Like, to you or to one of your teammates. You just want to follow up with autos and get ready to click behind you and disengage if anything crazy does happen. But here we're focusing down, trying to grab another plate before we recall. We'll push this wave in, but man, another TP. I feel like he just TP'd to lane not too long ago. Still can't find a good spot to back. We're sitting on 1,700 gold, which is not a crazy amount, but it is enough to go back and buy a very good portion of components, or a full item at least. So I would love to back, but Dragon's coming up again right now. We do give up some plates to set there, so he is doing a good job of pushing there and grabbing some gold, but I just feel like the Dragon is more important right now than letting Set get those plate golds. I'm not too worried about Set getting more gold right now. He's really never going to have a chance to touch us this game once I get my Kraken Slayer, so he hasn't really touched us at all this game to begin with. So I'd rather just get the Dragon there. Like, even if he gets some gold, it's not the end of the world in this matchup. If that was something like an assassin, like a Yasuo even, or Zed, I'd be a lot more scared of giving up all that turret plating and the waves to get a Dragon to let that assassin get more fed. But yeah, they get my turret down. Really sucks as an ADC to have your mid turret go down, because that just means that you have no fallback plan if people do engage on you in the mid lane, and you just have to play that much safer with your positioning if your warding isn't good from your support or your team. Because, you know, even stepping up now to where that tier 1 turret grave is, that's going to be dangerous for me to farm that far out there, because Jarvan could come over some walls from behind me and engage on me, or Set can come in from a weird TP, right? It's just that much more dangerous now to farm mid. So what you might want to start doing when this situation happens is you can always look to farm jungle camps if they're up and there's nothing to do mid lane. I wouldn't recommend going all the way out to the true midpoint in the mid lane right now to farm without that tier 1 turret up anymore. So I'll look to start farming jungle camps if they're up, or moving to other lanes, or team fighting with my team, especially now that I have the Kraken Slayer. I do want to keep my gold income high, which is why I would keep farming jungle camps here. But if there's a chance to farm and get gold income while Set deals with the mid wave and pushes it in, that's the game we're going to have to play right now. So now you'll see I'll pick up this farm here mid, but while I was waiting, I was still getting gold income from those jungle camps. So we pick up all that gold income. We're going to maybe look for a play bot lane here. Set's back down there again doing some work, and Varus and Pyke are barely escaping with their lives, so that was a great job by them. But I've already started pathing down here. Varus is trying to do this scuttle. I think I'm big enough to stop him here, and he ults onto me, but I got my Kraken Slayer. I don't even need to kite anymore. So, you know, just ulting him, Wing him, autoing him, pressing Q, just very basic combos with Ashe when you're in a tight engage. We burned him down, we weren't even below half health ever. So we pick up the blue buff from there. That's going to help our W spam a lot more and our Q spam. So we're just going to shove this wave in here and take mid turret down and open up the map a little bit and really start to have some fun with Ashe. We're sitting at 3-0-3. This is pretty much a pop-off for Ashe mid. Like, I'd say if you can get to this point by 15 minutes with the full Berserkers, Greaves, and Kraken Slayer, it feels pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. You can see what happened to that Jarvan there. He just got sat down pretty easily. So bot lane here, we're rotating because there's nothing to do mid. We've already pushed in the wave, and we have numbers down here. Kane's down here invading the jungle, so I'm coming down here just to help push this turret, which is the next major objective that we can grab. And also, this is where the numbers on the map are. I want to play around my teammates. I want them to meat shield for me or engage for me, and I'll just kind of follow up and right click on people now. That's kind of my job. I'm pinging that bush because I don't know if Set's going to come from behind from mid lane, because he was previously mid farming, and that's also why I play a little bit safe right now, because I don't know if he's going to try and come for me and just isolate me. I'm giving myself a massive amount of space to work with to stay safe. Here, all four of us are here. Even if Set comes to engage on any of us now, we'll just be able to destroy him. But, you know, dude's dead, I think, from Gwen topside just there. So 4 people are down on the map. We have a wave pushing. We have 3-4 guys down here, so we're just going to try and push this turret down. I'm focusing the minions because I want minion gold, as opposed to just putting damage on the tower. I want as much gold as I can. And here I throw my E along the bot side lane just to see who's coming. I'm pretty strong. Varus lands an ult, so I'm just laying into this guy with autos. Varus ends up getting the kill. You can see I'm just testing my limits here a little bit with Ashe. If you're, you know, kind of fed in a game and it's a norm and you're not like playing ranked, you're just trying to have some fun by picking an off meta pick anyway, push your limits if you're fed, guys. Especially if it's like a decent situation, you're not like pushing your limits 1 versus 4. It's like 4 versus 3 or 3 versus 2 there. Have some fun and see what's possible. Push the envelope. See what you're capable of. Get to know your damage numbers and how much you can deal and how much you can take. Alright, so building up towards that Phantom Dancer, which is going to be our next major item. This game is looking pretty nice so far. Everything's gone pretty well considering that level 2 gank, which I still hate how much attention Jarvan gave to us in that early part of the game, but it is what it is. We're going to push out this mid wave past the halfway point and then look to group with our team probably around that dragon. You want to make sure you focus farming, getting that gold, getting objectives, and then getting those kills in team fights. These guys look to be doing okay. I don't think Dragon's going to start anytime soon. Kane was top anyway, so I'd rather just wait for our jungler to really force a dragon fight. There's no point in fighting for something if you don't even have a smite around to secure it. So here I just take the time to farm that camp. Unfortunately, a huge amount of the team is bot side there trying to contest the dragon, so I kind of give up on it and just come top side here. I don't just sit mid and do nothing. I could push that wave mid, but I think it's honestly too dangerous if all of them decide to rotate from the bot side jungle right to mid. So I come up here and just hang out with Gwen and try and push this wave. I'm hanging out because I don't want to let them know I'm here yet. I'm still getting gold income from farming the jungle, and then now that they engage, I come out of the fog of war, I keep my distance. You can see here I play very safe. I move back to get out of any type of engage range, and then I lay into these guys with autos and W's and pick up the double kill. So really important game note there if you're playing an ADC in terms of positioning. Even if they jump on you, remain calm, reposition the best that you can. If you can't reposition any better and you're going to die anyway, obviously turn and fight and just get as much damage as you can out. But there you can see we use Gwen as a person to draw a lot of the focus and the attention, and we just tried to walk away before we turned around and start autoing again. Now we get the turret down. Leona's here, so we lay into her with some autos, and then I switch targets to Jarvan because he's the next closest target. He almost goes down here, and I greed a little bit with a flash. I thought I could get a flash auto and kill him and just kind of I don't know, get back at him for ganking me early, but he gets the last laugh on me here because I overextend and push my limits a bit too far and die. I wasn't expecting all of their team to come topside there, to be honest, but you know, it's an exposed inhibitor and we were pushing pretty hard, so I don't fault them for doing it. They lose their bot lane tower though for that, so that was a good push by our team bot side across the map, which is awesome. And Dragon Kraken is no longer on the map, which means that we're going to get our full Phantom Dancer. We're at 2 full items plus full boots at 20 minutes. This is the dream scenario as any ADC if you can get to this at 20 minutes. We're at 514 as well in terms of kills. So really, really good situation. We're at a 9-1 KDA, which is awesome. So don't ever let somebody tell you that off-meta picks or ADCs don't work mid. You just got to play around a game plan and know where you're strong and where you're weak. Picking up this farm. Gwen is nice enough to make sure that we pick up all that CS, which is amazing when people actually respect that and give you the chance to grab that gold income. So we push this wave here. We see some action developing top side, so once I push this, I'm going to rotate with my team towards the top side of the map. Big fight breaks out here. I'm holding my ult. A lot of Ashes might ult here, but I'm holding it because Gwen is already going to get that kill. Our ult's not going to change that. I'm saving the ult to disengage if someone goes crazy on me or to secure a kill that other wouldn't-wise happen. So even here, I don't need to ult yet. I'm just throwing my W's out. I'm throwing my autos. I positioned especially safe there when Jarvan was coming up from the mid lane. And then now that I know I'm safe and I'm not the target of anybody, I'm really starting to lay out autos and I pick up a double kill there. And honestly, a lot of damage on the team as well, or triple kill there, sorry. So I'm 8-1-5 now, even outside of the people I didn't kill, a lot of damage. And we didn't even need to use our ult there. So really, really good, again, kind of explanation to how to position there. You just stay safe, hit the people that are closest to you, don't let yourself die in team fights. You are more valuable alive than dead. Okay, try and make sure you stay on the map and have the chance to spit out the damage that you've been so hard working towards building with your items as an ADC. They end up FFing off that fight, guys, so a really, really good gameplay there. Had a lot of fun with that game. We're going to check out the damage numbers now, but we picked up the S rating, which is always fun, and yeah, pretty much topped the graph on the damage charts. Our Varus did good, but I hope you enjoyed that game, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.